Welcome to ML Works. Today we'll be discussing what is supervised learning and the different types of problems that fall under supervised learning and the different algorithms which comes under the category of supervised learning. So let's get started. So for supervised learning you should have a data set with labels. So a data set with label is a supervised learning, comes under supervised learning. So when I say the labels, I mean consider you are doing house price prediction for a problem statement like house price prediction. So your prediction is house price. Okay, so you should have in your data set whatever your features may be. Okay, you should have house price as your label available to us for learning. So that is supervised learning. You should have your target available while training the model. Okay, so once you have the supervised learning defined, next we'll look into the different kind of problems which we can solve using supervised learning. So first is classification type of problems. So in classification, we try to predict our target variable will be categories. Target or label are categories. Okay, so this is one key point with respect to classification. So when I say like what target or label as categories, what I mean is consider you have something called a spam classifier or a disease classification. Okay, so you have these features x1. X1 is nothing but age of the person. X2 is nothing but a feature like is he a smoker or not. So your target variable will be like disease. Okay, so you will have either a disease or no. Okay, these are two categories. So when your target variable takes in categories kind of type, then it falls under classification. Now next we'll look at what is regression. So let's see. So under regression, so if you have a target or a label, okay, whose value is real, a real number, then it is a regression problem. For example, consider you have a data set. Again, I'll go back to what house price prediction. House price prediction. Okay, you have a size parameter, size or not parameter, you can call it as a feature size, which is in square feet, and then you have a number of bedrooms. Okay, bedrooms, and now you have your target variable as price. So this target variable, right, it will be a real value, meaning like you will have like 100k or 150k or something like 135k. So this it has an infinite bound, actually infinite bound. It can take any values from 0 to what infinity. Okay, but when it comes to what classification, you will have set of finite categories. So that is the major difference between classification and regression. So see, we have seen what is supervised learning, which is a dataset with label is comes under supervised learning. Under that we have classification, and then we have regression, and under regression the label will be of categories type, and under regression the label will be of type real values. So I'll talk about different types of algorithms which fall under these things. I mean classification and regression. Let's go back to, I'll just take a new page. I'll just minimize this one. Yeah, so algos. Now for classification, what kind of algorithms can we use? Classification, so there are a bunch of algorithms which you should know if you are got entering into this field of machine learning. So first I'll start off with naive Bayes algorithm. So what it uses is it uses a Bayes theorem as its core part. So we can deep dive into what each of this algorithm later in separate videos. Okay, this is what a fundamental logic for these algorithms. It follows the Bayes theorem. Next, we have something called as decision trees based classification. Decision trees. So what it also what based on the probability score, it tries to take decision. Okay, it also uses probability based methods to do prediction. Then we have something called as logistic regression. Logistic regression is also a classification used for classification problems, mostly binary classification, because it uses something called a sigmoid function to convert your real values into probability score of 0 or 1. So this is also it uses a combination of what I would call as, it uses something called as linear regression based equation, okay, and convert that into it will fall under the, once you do this linear regression, it will be passed into sigmoid function. Okay, so you will have real values which will be passed to sigmoid function. You will get your probability score of 0 to 1 in between. Okay, so that is with respect to logistic regression. There is also something called as SVM, support vector machine for classification. Okay, this what SVM tries to do is it tries to create a hyperplane, creating a decision boundary between your classes. So that is also falls under classification. This also falls under classification. So now what I'll do is we'll talk about something for algorithms for regression. Okay, there will be few repetitions with respect to algorithms also here. For example, you will also have something called as SVM for regression. Okay, and similarly you will have something called as linear regression. You will have, okay, a simplest form of regression technique, and then we have something called as multiple linear regression or linear regression, multinomial regression, no, multinomial linear regression, yeah, LR, yeah. So what it does actually? So here, if we see, right, the simplest algorithm we can take here is we can discuss about is linear regression. Okay, you have size, then you have price. Okay, based on the size of this is house price prediction we are doing here. Okay, and you have based on the size, the price will increase. Okay, and we try to do a linear regression like best fit line we are trying to do, and it will fit this line. Now going forward, an unknown data point comes in with some size. Okay, consider you have a size here, so we have to just project that into this linear regression line and see what is the price. So my drawing is not that great, so just approximate, you are getting some value here, and it is starting like 100k here in terms of 1000. This is in Ks. Okay, 200 and 300, then here you have 400. Okay, similarly you have something called 1000 square feet, like 2k square feet, 3k square feet, 4k square feet, and around 5k square feet, and this is falling under 4.5k square feet, and the price is coming around what 4000k for 4.5k square feet in price, that is dollars you can consider, or in rupees. So this is a real value which is generated based on the size of your house. Okay, so this is basically what different types of algorithms we have for classification and regression. And in the next video, what I'll do is we'll be going through some of the algorithms which we have mentioned here. Okay, thank you.